We have Mike Neighbors here because Lynn is having a family emergency. So Mike is filling in. Mike Held, first question.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to talk about in the first game, you guys kind of did a really good job to make it really tough on Howard there. But this game, she found a way to erupt. What did she do differently to catch you guys off guard there to explode for such a big game?
I mean, Ron's a rhythm player, rhythm shooter. So, I mean, she sees first two go in. She's going to be pretty much like lights out. The basket's big at that point. I think we did a good job the second half of slowing her down a little bit, making her drive more than shoot threes. But she had a terrific game.
DJ?
Hey, Coach. DJ from Infanity TV. Quick question. From the first game to the second game, they were very different. Are there some key takeaways that we can apply for the whole team moving forward through the rest of the season?
Are you talking about Atlanta?
Yes. I'm saying for our team. What can we take and grow moving forward from those two?
You can win the game a lot of different ways. It doesn't. You can win it inside. You can win it in the arc. You can win it transition. There's a lot of different ways. You can win it inside. You can win it in the arc. You can win it transition. There's a lot of different ways. You can't just take away one thing and expect to win. So I think as they continue to move forward, they're an incredibly hard scout. They're an incredibly tough prep. And so when prep gets like it is here late in the year, I mean, we had to travel across the country. You have no time to prep. You're on the floor. That's going to be the same in the playoffs. I think it's a really dangerous team when it comes to that, when you can win different ways on back-to-back nights. So I would look for them to do that throughout.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead, DJ. Jordan Grice.
Hey, ladies. Jordan from Television Network. My question is for De'Erica, and it's not actually about the game. 3 WNBA legends and Sue Bird, Maya Moore, and Sylvia Fowles getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend. So just talk about some of your favorite moments, whether it was playing against them or playing alongside them in all-star games.
Yeah, I mean, I'll specifically speak to Maya Moore just because I'm from Atlanta, and her high school coach coached me. So I'm late to the game, so to say, but just to see what she means to the state of Georgia for women's basketball, and then what she means to the WNBA and her legacy on and off the court, I'm grateful to have been able to witness.
Last two questions, Jackie and then Andrew.
Hey guys, Jackie Ray TV. De'Erica, this one is for you. Even late in the game, Coach was on the sideline saying focus. For you specifically, where do you think the team might have lost their focus? And Coach Mike, for you, how can we make sure they regain that focus to finish out the rest of the season?
I mean, I think we closed the gap in the third quarter. We tied it back up, and then they hit 2 threes and a layup within, I want to say, a minute, and I think it kind of just took the air out of us.
You got a great locker room in there. They'll rally around each other. They've done it repeatedly throughout the year. We've battled a lot of adversity from day one with injuries, and we've stuck together. There's never a doubt that this group will find a way. We got plenty of time on that plane. I've witnessed it all year long. They come together. They battle through. No matter what it is on the court, we find a way off the court. So we got 3 games left. We knew we had a tough stretch down the stretch. We had more games than anybody to play, and we had very little rest to do it. But you see how these guys do fight. It's not like we're trying to implore them to keep fighting. It's just to encourage them and remember. We've had so many come from behind wins. The last one in Seattle, it's never over till it's over with this group. So it's a reminder. It's not an imploring. It's just a reminder that they've got it. They've done it. It's a reminder.
Andrew, last question.
Thanks, Joshua. First, want to send my prayers and support for Coach Lynn and her family throughout what's going on right now. That's the first thing that's important. First, for you, Coach, Maya Caldwell was just really difficult to deal with these last 2 games. Just the challenges that she presented and how she was an X factor for them. And just for Rakia, just the desire now to get back on the court against Dallas and just put this one behind you. Just your mentality now, just to move on for this. So for you first, Coach.
Me first. Well, it speaks to DJ's first question. It just shows you how deep they are. And I can promise you it wasn't a game plan to not guard her or anything like that. We knew what a great player she was. But yeah, these last 2 games, she's been the X factor, the difference. But that's just the player she is. It's the system that they've built too. I think they've done it all year long. It's not just been against us. It can be somebody different. You take something away, there's always somebody in the right spot. They were playing with a lot of confidence. There was a great energy in the building. And when you have those things together and you got teammates that trust you, you can tell that happens. And she was really good these last 2 games. She gets going like that down the stretch, and they got a team that's really hard to defend.
Thanks, everyone.
Let me shut this.
Recording stopped.
What's going on, y'all? It's DJ Treese, and we are here with the post-game wrap-up. That's Jackie Ray calling my phone. Girl, we are live. We are waiting on Michael Matthews to join here as the Sparks just fell to the Atlanta Dream. Again, y'all, I am stressed. Michael, I was waiting on you to pop in. I'm stressed.
Man, I'm with you.
That this game was a little bit worse than the last one for me. Just because I feel like the energy was there originally, but like De'Erica said, it just seemed like they got the wind knocked out of them. One of my friends was there at the game in Atlanta and was telling me about it, and she's like, yeah, it just don't seem like they're trying that much. From a energy standpoint, an effort standpoint, what was your read, man?
No, it looked like a team that was, man, just trying to find something. And the fact that Ryan Howard came out the way that she did, like she would make so many, and the way that she took many shots and defensively, they had nothing for it. And you know this team, when the offense is going, they look really well and they play really well. But it's that defense that can get them out of games, and they couldn't stop anything. Ryan Howard made more threes than the entire Sparks team.
I know.
And it's hard.
He was going crazy.
Yeah, she was going crazy. And it's hard to beat a team like that. And that punch in the face can sometimes throw you off to where you never get your balance back. And that's what it looked like happened to the Sparks, especially after a team that just beat them. Like if they didn't play Atlanta and Atlanta just beat them, I think they would have just been like, all right, let's try to fight back and see what we can do.
Right.
Because they just lost to Atlanta, it was like, again.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about it is like Coach said, and I'm glad he elaborated a little bit. Coach Lynn couldn't make it, so we had assistant coach on. And he was like, it's crazy. The difference between game 1 and game 2 was you take one thing away, and we most certainly had a game plan, but they just went off in a completely different way, and that's how dangerous this Atlanta team is, stacked without an Alicia Gray. So I mean, their bench was going off. Tahina Pow was doing her thing, like as a rookie. You know, it's just tonight was a tough loss. I didn't expect it to be such a big point spread. I thought it would be another close battle, very close to our couple matchups with Seattle. But because we were going back and forth in that first quarter, I'm like, all right, cool, it's gonna be good. And it just didn't end up panning out. And I mean, by the third quarter, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, second half was all Atlanta. Yep. And like De'Erica said, you know Ryan Howard's gonna come out and get some buckets, but at the same time, they slowed her down just a little bit. But once they stop her, I want to make sure I get Caldwell, who had 19 points off the bench, 5 threes made.
She don't never go that crazy. She don't never go that crazy.
They lost to 2 players. 2 players went out there and scored big, which helped them out. And it came back to what we've been talking about this whole season with the Sparks. When it all comes down to it, can you play defense, make games nitty-gritty, and win? And they showed tonight that against the Dream especially, they could not get any stops. And Paige erupted against them a few weeks ago. And today was Ryan Howard's night, and Caldwell helped her to help elevate the Dream to where they needed to be.
And my thing with the dream is like I get that y'all fighting for a higher spot, but y'all ain't even need this game for real. Y'all could have just came out here, hooped a little bit, and did the thing. But man, the playoff basketball I am enjoying. It's not over yet though. That's another
Of
thing.
course.
I was
Yeah, it's not
looking.
over yet.
It's not over yet. We still can win out. If the Sparks lose the next game, we having a very different conversation. I mean,
No,
very
yeah.
different.
They can't lose. They
They
can't
can't.
lose any more games.
Yeah,
They
this was
they
the
they
two
don't,
we said they could lose.
yeah, this is the only hope is that Seattle loses out and
Yep.
they play New York, and I think they play the Lynx who
Hold on.
is it
They play Golden State and New York.
Golden State. So
So they
Golden
gonna get
State has
cooked.
already secured their spot. So maybe Golden State might rest. But I know that Liberty game, Liberty are trying to move up in the
Yeah,
standings. And we'll see what the Valkyrie do there. But the Sparks, that hopefully that can happen. But if not, they need to focus on them and
we
just
gotta
win
focus on
out. Whether
winning.
they get
Yeah,
into the playoffs or not, you finish this year 3 straight wins. You carry that over into next season where with Cameron Brink healthy, Ray Burrell healthy, some new pieces that they can add. Hopefully, that they will to have that spark that leads them into next season. But hey, this game, I told you a key name that has fallen off of a cliff that the team needed. They needed their fearsome foursome. They finished the season so far with just three of those players playing well. Once again, Azare Stevens, only 3 points in this game. And
that's
I don't
tough.
know if Coach Lynn Roberts or the team were saying, hey, you're just as important as any of these other three. If you play well and really well, 15 plus points, we have a chance to beat anybody. But if
Yeah.
you stink it up, can lose to anybody. And that's why they've been losing these games as of late, because they just haven't really got much from Azare Stevens, and it has hurt them.
Yeah, and my thing too is like we're seeing I was just looking up the amount of minutes played because Alyssa Peely got 5 minutes, 6 points.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But why are we seeing these players? And I'm not saying this like why because we don't need the bench, but I thought it was pretty clear that we were going into the playoff push with the strategy of running that eight that we talked about that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe it's 7, really. Well, no, it's 8. And even Sarah Ashley
Yeah.
Parker got in today. Van Loo got in for 6 minutes, 0 points. It's like Alamon. I do like that Julie Alamon was a lot more offensively, like
Aggressive.
aggressive, giving more pressure
Yeah.
on the offense. She was doing a way better job today at just shooting the ball and taking it up and having some opportunities. So that went well, but it's like, how tired was she? Because 23 minutes. Oh, as a
Yeah.
replay, 23 with 3. Okay, so
34 minutes. I think that you saw Coach, because she's like, I'm trying to get into the playoffs.
yeah, she just
What
trying
can I
anything.
do to
Yeah, shake
mix
it
it
up.
up? And with the
Yeah,
struggles of Azare, it kind of threw them off to the point to where they like, man, like, what can we do
and Ray didn't go
to
off either.
yeah, so I don't know what the conversation has been in the locker room, and then she only got 13 minutes. So what can you really do in
Mhm.
13 minutes? But they needed to tell Azare, they needed to tell Ray Burrell, we need you guys to be aggressive. We go as far as you guys go because you expect Rakia to give you 15 plus. You expect Kelsey to get to about 20. De'Erica had 26, 5, and 7.
Yeah,
We need you too, especially with Cam returning. We know we can't really count on her offensively, but we need you two guys to score if you want to win, especially if you're not going to get the stops that's needed. And the Sparks, I don't want to look too far ahead, DJ, into the offseason, but
yeah,
they got to try to get some athleticism in that backcourt to stop some of these wings from exploding the way that they do against the Sparks. But
yeah.
hey, it was a tough one to watch, man. Like it had my stuff. I wanted to puke watching this
Man,
game,
and
man,
what's
because
crazy is I was waiting for them to come back because we didn't came back from so many games. Now I'm conditioned to be like, all right, in the fourth, we're gonna go on an 11-0 run. So I'm waiting and
yeah,
waiting. It's like, man, it ain't happening. But Michael, player of the game, man. We didn't do pregame, but I had no
yeah.
going in this. I was honestly blind. Just coming off the last game, I didn't know what to expect. I expected better, but this was I wouldn't say it was better or worse. It was just different. Like the coach said, we got beat in a different way. They didn't beat us like that the first
Hmm.
time. So it felt completely different in a different matchup. But my player of the game is going to De'Erica Hamby. She has
Facts.
a lot of experience playing against Ryan Howard because they are Olympic basketball. 3-on-3 partners. So they spent a lot of time just working on that pick and roll together. I think they know a lot about each other's bodies and movements. So she was our best hope on the scouting, the execution, and I think she did a bang up job. 26, 7, and 5. De'Erica Hamby is my player.
Oh yeah. Easy player of the game from Georgia, close to the Atlanta area. So she's playing in front of family and she did her thing from the jump. I'm like, oh, Ryan going crazy, but show is emergency contact going crazy. De'Erica Hamby was hooping, doing her thing. And it just sucks, man. I know this isn't the last game. We're gonna be in the building Sunday. Then, of course, the
Mhm.
final game of the year versus Vegas. We're gonna be at Watch Me Sports Bar for
Yeah.
the final road game of the year against Phoenix. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. But it takes you back to the beginning of the year. Those damn injuries that affected them
Yeah.
early may just be the reason why they don't make the playoffs. And it's crazy because they might miss it by, say, one game. They can win their last three. If the Seattle Storm just wins one, that
Then
means the
you miss
Sparks will
about one
miss it
game.
by one game.
And
Yeah.
it's even crazier, you talking about the injuries. It's the unforeseen one. Losing Ray Burrell
Yeah.
46
Oh my
seconds,
God.
like that don't make no sense in the grand
Yep.
scheme of things, because that's 3 or 4 games we could have had easily. Were Rakia Jackson even going out with the concussion? Easy
Yeah.
replacement Ray
That
Burrell.
threw
So
her off.
yeah,
Yep.
it's just it hurts us. But yeah, like you said, we will be back in the building on Sunday. It's hot out here, Michael. It's been hot, hot,
Man.
hot. So I'm excited to be back in crypto.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. It's the slam night. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see what Slam got rolling. I know they had some dope shirts earlier in the year with some of the star players on it. So that's going to be really dope. And you get to see Paige Beckers. Hopefully, if she do drop 35 or 40, they lose again because I would like to see the Sparks just finish strong. Give
Yeah.
yourself that fighter's chance. If they win tonight and they win the last three, it would have been like, okay, they're for sure in the playoffs. Now it's going to be more like, hey,
The
just
drama.
win out and
Mhm.
see if a little luck can be on your side because I believe all of the last games of the seasons will be played at the same time. So if the Liberty can take care of business versus the Storm, that last game against the Aces, you're going to be playing truly as a playoff game because if you win and
Yeah.
you find out that the Storm lost to the Valkyrie, you make the playoffs. So hopefully the ladies haven't given up, that they continue to fight. Prayers out to Coach Lynn Roberts and the family. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully all is well. But hopefully these ladies just fight, fight, fight to the end because sometimes you can get a little lucky and get your way into the playoffs.
Yep. And LA Sparks Weekly fans that are listening here, it is 7 o'clock. It is Friday. It is Ion WNBA basketball going on. So we are wrapping up here, but make sure you
Man,
tune into your TV. New York Liberty is paying Seattle Storm right now. I'm about to turn this thing on.
yeah.
So
Come on, New York.
I know. Please, New York.
Hey,
All right, Jeff.
we hey Jeff, we thank you guys for tapping in with y'all was sitting through for a long time
Long time.
waiting for us. You guys watched the presser. But now, Sparks fans, let's go and be some New York Liberty fans because we need them to win to help the Sparks get to the playoffs. So come on, Liberty, take care of
Please.
business, and then we're gonna be cheering for the Valkyries next. But it starts with the Sparks taking care of business Sunday versus Dallas, and then we could talk more. So let's figure out what happens tonight. But we thank you guys for always rocking with us here with LA Sparks Weekly. Michael Matthew, DJ Tracy Treats, Infanity TV. It's more WNBA to watch. Chargers are playing against my Chiefs, so I'm about to be locked in. So we thank you guys. We'll check you guys out Sunday. Peace. Where's Jeff at? Jeff, get us out of here.